Visionary team, man, what it do with y'all? Welcome back to another video, man. You feel me? Now I know I'm making 2 videos in one day out of this bitch, man, because I forgot to make a video yesterday on some shit. But yeah, man, man, you know, this is another no-fat video, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. You feel me? I gotta get myself groomed and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to get groomed and shit again. You feel me? Because, you know what I'm saying? Well, it is because I'm on no fat. You see, when you're on no fat, man, you start to take more care of your appearance and shit. You know, and that's the beauty of it. Like, you know, how do people from Memphis be saying that? That's the beauty. That's the beauty. How they be saying music? You know, the music. You know. But anyways, man, but yeah, man, so when you get hype on the days, man, you want to take more care of your appearance by default. You're not going to force yourself to say, oh, I got to put this drip on. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to force yourself to say that. You might not do it, period. But when you get hype on the days, you start to take more care of your appearance and shit. Real talk. I'm living proof. Look at my past video. I was a fly ass nigga and that shit. But today I'm chilling on some shit, man. But starting tomorrow though, well, starting today, I'm gonna go back to the crib, shave all this off. I don't like having facial hair and shit like that, man. So I gotta shave all this off and shit like that. Look like a whole new motherfucker tomorrow, man. But other than that though, man, you know, it is because that's what happens when you're on NoFap. And also, I got my old job back in this bitch, man. You know, the job when I working back with the hoes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had me an all-female job, man. You know what I'm saying? I love that job, man. Real talk, you know. The females there, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, you know, when you're a man working in an all-female dominated company on some shit, man, you see the man is gonna love it, but the female, it's so many females to the point, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's so many females to them, you know, they gotta see a sausage fest in that bitch, you know. And you see, I told you, look, Dan Bilzerian be knowing what he be talking about. You know, I got hella off topic, but you know, basically what I was saying is, you know, the females, you know, since they around a whole lot of females, you know, when it comes to females being a whole lot of females around, you know, they start to cause friction in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too many of them. You know, it's just like they just, what she's doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. That's, you know, that's how they be thinking and shit like that. But that's why you need that. And Dan Bilzerian speaks on this all the time. What Dan Bilzerian speaks about is, you know, this the reason as to why when he throws his parties and shit like that, he has like a ratio. He has like, let's say like 500 different women and it's only one dude. Now, you might be asking, why is that? I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I just told you. You see, like I said, when it's a whole lot of females on females, they're gonna have friction in themselves, you know what I'm saying? Because it's too many females around. It's just like saying, put yourself in this position. Let's say you got let's say it's like a male company, right? You know what I'm saying? All you work with is males. So it's like 200 different males, no females in there. How are you gonna feel? It's gonna be a straight sausage fest. No women in there, none. You're gonna get mad in that bitch. So that's basically what it is the females are doing. You know, it's too much estrogen on the female side. Excuse me. And on the men's side, it's too much testosterone out this bitch. You ain't gonna want to be around a whole lot of men. So, you know, back to my example though. So here go all the females. You know, there's a whole lot of females, like 500 different females every single day in the store and shit like that, right? So with that being happened, I'm the only dude in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only dude. And like I said, this is what Dan Bilzerian speaks about all the time. When you're the only man surrounded by multiple women, I'm telling you the game, they're gonna be so hungry, they're gonna be so, what's the word I'm looking for? They're gonna be barking for a sausage in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, oh, where's the men at? You know, they're gonna be feeding for the men in that bitch. Real talk. You know, I'm keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, to all the young people watching this video, man, if you don't have a job or you trying to switch jobs, hey man, I highly suggest you start working in an all-female job. You could do that full-time, part-time. Hey, look, man, you know, like I said, back in the day, not back in the day, like a couple months back, you know what I'm saying, doing like the seasonal holidays and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was three different female jobs that I was working at. 3 out this bitch. Real talk. I had 3 different female jobs that I was working at, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if that's what you want to do, so I loved it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna sit back and lie, man. It makes you learn a whole lot about women. Oh, I tell y'all some games out this bitch. Hey, man, look, man. I will tell you this though. If you're a man that's dating in this generation out this bitch, hey, look, man. Like I be around females all the time out this bitch. Real talk. I just told you what I be doing. I literally worked at 3 different female companies out this bitch, you know, and I heard some secrets out this bitch, man. I hear how they be thinking about men and shit. Oh, y'all want me to give y'all some game about it? I give y'all some game about it, man. So, boom. Let me give you the first one, man. I might make a separate video on this. My word of visionaries. I don't know yet. But let me talk about it. What the fuck I just say? Let me talk about it right quick. So, I remember when I think it was like my first few weeks when I started working at my first all-female job that I had. You know what I'm saying? I was getting familiar with everyone and shit like that, you know. And I remember it was one of the females employees. I'll never forget this. I remember it was one of the females employees there. You know, she was married to this dude for like 10 years, right? You know what I'm saying? She was married for this dude for 10 years. And basically she was talking to one of the other co-workers, you know, that was mentioning about it to her, some shit like that. So anyway, she said, you know, I've been married for 10 years and I forgot, like it's been like a couple months, man, so I can't really remember fully everything in that whole sentence she said. But she said she'd been married for 10 years out this bitch, right? She said she'd been married for 10 years, but what she said was she wished she didn't. And it's not that she wished she didn't because she don't like the man or nothing like that. It just, she didn't have the opportunity to experience. So since she didn't have the opportunity to experience on some shit like that, I got whiskers on some shit. I need to shave all this shit off, man. Sorry today, I'm shaving this shit off. But you know what I'm saying? Back to what I was saying though. So since she didn't get the chance to experience, she regret being married on some shit. She regret being married on some shit, man. Real talk, you know. Hey man, I could honestly understand. I don't believe in marriage, and it's one of those reasons for it being. You gotta be with that same person for you gotta be with that same person for the rest of your life. That's a life sentence in that bitch. That's a life sentence. And I'm just being honest with you. Like, you gotta think long term. Everything is gonna change. How about if y'all feelings change for each other? I'm just keeping it 100. Yeah, that might be your soulmate at first or some shit like that. Look, man, this is off topic of what I was talking about. But I remember I had it was something called a false twin flame. Real talk. It was something called a false twin flame. Y'all can look up twin flames if y'all want. So at first, a false twin flame is this. At first, you will feel all the connection in the world. I remember I had my twin flame, and I made a story time about this like 2 years ago and some shit like that, or a year ago. I remember I had my twin flame, right? And when I had that twin flame experience, I literally, this is hella off topic, but I literally seen, like, I felt the connection. It was so strong to the point you would never be able to tell me it was not the real one. You feel me? Like, I literally seen her soul out in this bitch. I literally seen her. So it was like a ball of light. I'm not making this shit up. If you have a twin flame, you know what I'm talking about. But part I'm trying to get across, man, like I said, it's a false twin flame. So what I'm saying is that connection that I had, it was very intense out this bitch. Like five weeks later, 2 months later, you know, from right now, you know, to this present moment, I do not feel none of that no more. I don't feel none of that. So basically the point I'm trying to get across is that's how easy or that's how fast things could change. You might have this strong feelings for this person, like, oh, I love you, I want to be loyal to you for the rest of my life. Then here go the next year out this bitch. Next year, man, I wish I would have experienced more. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know, but that's one of the secrets they gave away. Another one is, you know, I made it. Well, I ain't gonna talk about that one yet. But I remember, it was this other one. It was 2 of them that said it. So basically, you know, the co-workers there, they got boyfriends and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was 2 of them that literally said the exact same similar answer. So, basically, one of the co-workers, I don't know if it was me that asked her. I don't think I did. But, oh yeah, so what happened was, I'm spitting all the beans out in this bitch. But I remember, it was this dude that, it was this dude that only worked there for a day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. If you're a dude that work in an all-female store, they're gonna be questioning you on some shit. Basically, if you don't care, this is why you got to be on NoFap. To all the youngins that's watching this video, and you might say, "Oh, I want to work in an all-female job." Just be prepared. They're gonna be testing your shit. So what I'm saying is, they ain't gonna test you when you on NoFap. Oh, best believe you see. They're not going to test you when you're on NoFap simply because you're going to have that masculine energy inside of you. So, and real talk, they even told me, they even said like, oh, we already know you ain't that. Basically, like they already know that I ain't zesty on some shit because the energy that I carried, it was masculine on some shit. But with that being said though, so it was this other dude that was working there, right? He only worked there for a day. That's how much pressure it is to work at an all. You look, man. So all the people that work at an all-female dominated company, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. So you know, it was this dude that only worked there for a day and shit like that. And you know how females be gossiping and shit like that. So basically, I think this is the reason as to why the dude quit on the, like, I only seen that dude one time. But anyway, so. You know, it was this female said that the dude, he asked for a number and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he asked if she was single and shit like that, like I said, they be gossiping and shit like that, man. So, I don't know how the other coworker knew, or maybe she seen it or some shit like that. But basically, she didn't give it to him. she didn't give the dishes out to him. But I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna tell you this to all the men out here that be thinking they be getting rejected because girls is rejecting them for no fucking reason. No, she had a valid reason as to why she didn't pick him. She had a valid reason. And the reason for it being is because she honestly had a boyfriend. Real talk, she honestly had a boyfriend on some shit. You feel me? So to all the men out here watching this video, when you go up to a girl and she rejects you, here you go. When she rejects you, right, you be thinking like, oh, all girls are the same. Why they always do this? She know what she was doing. Like, you're gonna get mad because you're gonna think that she did it intentionally. But when in reality, she honestly really do got a boyfriend or some shit. And if they do it intentionally, I'm gonna tell you this, if they do it intentionally, then that means that they got rejected before. So basically, here you go. I'm telling you the game. Here you go. You might be, this is off topic, but you might be an attractive guy, right? You might be an attractive guy and you got rejected by a female, right? Now they're doing that intentionally, but it's not because they think you're ugly. It's not because of anything negative, but it's because of something positive in you. And what I mean is, you're basically, when you see, it's like this. Let's say this is hella off topic, but let's say a female, basically what I'm saying is they want that validation. But it's not like it's like they want that validation of saying, I've rejected him. I've rejected the guy that I like. I'm hurt. That's what they want to say. I'm hurt. They want to do that. Real talk. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only time they would intentionally reject you. If they see an attractive guy that they like, they really do like the attractive guy, but they want to reject him first. And it's for multiple reasons as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because of this reason, but you know what I'm saying? It's like they want to have that ego boost. You know what I'm saying? So if you get rejected again, if you're an attractive guy, you know what I'm saying? If you're an attractive guy and you getting rejected, you know what I'm saying? Don't think it's because of you negatively. It's because of you positively. And basically, like I just said, they might got rejected in the past. So what I'm saying is, and I did this before, real talk. But what I'm saying is, they want to get their revenge back. So the next attractive guy that they see, they're gonna say, I'm gonna do him just like how the dude before him did me. So it's gonna be a cycle. It's gonna be a rejection cycle. You know what I'm saying? That's why they end up single out this bitch. I'm telling y'all the game. Real talk. But anyways, back to my story though. So I only seen that dude one time, that the dude that worked there and shit like that. He asked for a number, but she, like I said, she honestly had a boyfriend. And I remember one of the co-workers was saying, I think one of the co-workers asked if she had a boyfriend, and she said, sadly, yeah. So basically what that means is she don't want to be in a relationship on some shit. I'm telling y'all, man, look, man, like I said, I have no problem with it at all. Honestly, I have no problem with it at all, man, because I honestly do not believe in having just one partner. I don't believe in that, simply for this reason being. Look at the first example I gave. You know what I'm saying? The first example I gave to the woman that's married on some shit. You know, she regret the fact that she married. And I'm not mad at that, because at the end of the day, you got all of these. It's like let's say you married to a person, right? You married to a person, and here you go, you see someone that's finer than her. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, you're gonna be thinking, I could do better. But you know, but you can't do any of that because you already married. You already signed the papers and shit. You know, same goes for a person that's in a relationship. That's why I don't believe in it. You know, what did the second example, the second girl example I gave, what did she say? She said, sadly, yeah. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be in no relationship. She don't. And I'm telling you. And the third female example that I'm gonna give to y'all, with the third girl, basically, it was another coworker. She was asking her, you know, she was asking her if she had a boyfriend, yeah, or she was asking her, you know, she was asking her something, but it basically, like, her response, you know, the girl I'm talking about, her response, yeah, her response was, I could do better. She be downplaying y'all niggas, boy. They be downplaying y'all niggas, boy. I ain't gonna sit back and got. They be downplaying y'all niggas, man. Look, I'm giving y'all a game. I'm telling you, I be around. Look, man. I had three female. What the fuck? I said female. But I had 3 female jobs off this bitch. You know, I finally got the one that I'm going back to, you know, a couple of days on some shit. I got that back, you feel me? But yeah, man, real talk. What she say? She said I could do better. Real talk. You want to know why she said I could do better? You want to know why? It's simply because the reason as to why she said I could do better is because she's dating down below her caliber. Now, why would they be dating down below? I cannot get my words out. But why would they be dating down below their caliber? I'm gonna tell you why. What the fuck? I'm gonna tell you why. You see that example I gave earlier, when a female intentionally rejects you? I'm telling you, they really want the guy that they like, but it's multiple reasons as to why they don't get with the guy that they like. Multiple reasons. One, fear of rejection. So since they are afraid of rejection, they're going to think that the guy, this is one of the reasons as to why they try to reject the attractive guy first, because they thinking down the line. So here go a female, right? Here go a female, you know what I'm saying? They seeing the guy that they like and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid of rejection. So, you know, that's one of the reasons as to why they intentionally reject you. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? They try to reject you first before you reject them in the long run, because they don't want you to find out. They don't want you to find out what, you know, who they truly are. They might be broke on some shit. They might don't have a car. So basically, you know, all of these things, they're insecure. That's the point. Look, man, I'm telling you what it is. These females are insecure in this bitch. Real talk. But you know what I'm saying? So, boy, y'all better be listening what the fuck I be saying, boy. But anyways, these females be insecure out this bitch, man. So with that being said, though, since they're insecure, like I said, they're gonna try reject the guy that they like first before they reject them in the long run. And also, like I just said with the third female example, they date down because they're insecure. They feel like they can't get the attractive guy. I'm telling you the game. So they're gonna say this. I'm telling you, this is the reason as to why y'all be getting rejected. You see, us as men, we be thinking that we be getting rejected because we ugly or some shit like that. No. And like I just said, they're gonna go with the ugly guy. They're gonna go with I want to say super ugly. They're the guy that women mostly go for. The guy that women mostly go for are average men, and the reason for it being is because they're average. So what I'm saying is they're ugly and they're ugly and they're handsome all in the same. They don't want a very handsome guy. It's not that they don't want him. but with the examples I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying? They're afraid that the handsome guy might leave. They're afraid that the handsome guy could do better. They're afraid that the handsome guy, females are insecure. So since they are insecure, that's why they don't want someone that they think is above them. You know, real talk. You know, and why you, to all the men watching this, why do you think you don't approach beautiful women? You don't approach beautiful women because you thinking in the back of your head, you thinking, oh, she gonna reject me on the spot. Look, you think they ain't doing that same shit? You know what I'm saying? You might be the one that's approaching, you know what I'm saying? But that's the reason as to why they don't approach. You know, but yeah, man, so, but yeah, man, I made a video. It was something else I made a video on. Oh yeah, when it comes to approaching, I already made a video about this, my Word of Visionaries. You know, I think I got like 10,000 views on that shit on TikTok or something like that. But basically, this might be the last thing I'm gonna talk about. But anyway, so you know, another thing, I already spoke on this. You could go on my Word of Visionaries channel. It was called Act Like a it was called Act Like a Man, Think Like a Woman. Real talk, I'm just. Boy, look, I be giving y'all, I'm giving y'all free game. I'm giving y'all so much game to the point. I'm telling you right now, you honestly don't need game. You just need communication skills to talk to women out this bitch. Now, if you wanna do game, you see, I use game simply because I be playing these hoes. That's the only reason as to why I use game. But other than that, look, man, you honestly don't need game. Like I said, I just use it because I'm a player. You know what I'm saying? I be playing these hoes. Real talk, I be playing them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason as to why I use game. I play it like a video game out in this bit. But anyways, though, so back to what I'm saying, though, man. Back to what I'm saying. Fuck what I was talking about. But anyways, back to what I'm saying, though. Anyways, back to the approaching. So, I already made a video about this. But anyways, one of the females said that they don't believe in approach. And you think 99% of these females don't have the same mindset? They use this as a form of escape of not doing it. But basically what she said was, you know, I believe it's tradition for a man to approach me. Real talk, that's what these females think. They honestly believe that, you know, a man is supposed to approach them. Now, are what they saying is true? I ain't gonna sit back and lie, man. I ain't gonna sit back and lie. You know, as a man, you see, most men, they don't have this anymore. But what men have is this alpha mentality by nature. You know what I'm saying? You are alpha by default. But you know what I'm saying? Well, look, man, and you know, as you can clearly see, this is going on the NoFap video. It's a whole lot of men out here that ain't on NoFap, and they're putting females on a pedestal without even knowing. So here you go, you fapping to her, and you fapping to all these females every single day. You ain't no alpha. There's no way on God's green earth you're going to be an alpha when you're fapping every single day. I'm telling you what it is. It ain't happening out this bitch. It's not. So, but since that's going on right now, you know what I'm saying? Since that's going on, since most men out here is just beta, since most men out here are like that, you know what I'm saying? Their females are not really going to have that, you know, what they so-called traditional thing is happening to them. They're not going to have that. Only the alphas, only the 1% are doing that. You know what I'm saying? Even they're not doing that. And I'm going to tell you look, man. You can approach if you want to. Real talk. I approach if I want to. Real talk. That's the only time I approach is if I feel like doing it. Like real talk. If she's so bad to the point I have to do it, then I do it out in this bit. But real talk though. I mean, you could approach if you really want to. It's nothing wrong with approaching at all. That's the point I'm trying to get across. There's nothing wrong with approaching. But I'm gonna tell you this: you don't need to approach. I'm gonna tell you why you don't need to approach. You don't need to approach. It's two reasons why you don't need to approach. The number one reason is this: when you on I seen it happen for me multiple times. The fuck? But when you on NoFap, right? When you on NoFap, when you get very high up on the days, when you get very high up on the days, they're going to approach you. I'm telling you the game. Believe it or not, I'm telling you what it is. It happened to me multiple times. You see, I'm gonna say it again. When you get high up on the days, females are going to approach you and how they're going to approach you. This is how they're going to approach you. They're going to approach, and the reason as to why they're approaching you, let me start with that first. The reason as to why they're approaching you is because they can't resist, because your sexual energy is so high to the point they could literally sniff it on you. They're gonna be saying, they're gonna be like a dog, like, you know. I'm telling you the game out in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're going to be. So they're going to be like, I gotta say something. I got to do it. They're gonna put their ego to the side. That's another reason as to why they don't approach, because their ego is thinking they won't approach. But if you're on NoFap, they're gonna do it. They're gonna have to do it. 100% guaranteed. So I'm gonna tell you what it is that what they do when they do approach you. Because the higher on the days you go, the more bolder that they get. Now let me repeat that one more time. I just thought about that. The higher of the days on NoFap that you go, the bolder these females get. They're gonna be more daring to like, they're gonna be more daring to say, I just wanna fuck. Or they're gonna get straight to the point, like how you would. But most of the time, as you keep on increasing your days on NoFap, like I said, this how they're gonna do it. First, they're gonna ask you a question, point blank period. They're gonna ask you a question, like they're gonna ask you a question about, like the scenery or some shit like that. They're gonna ask you like, or if let's say you're working or some shit like that, right? They're gonna ask you like, oh, what is it that you do? They're gonna try to get a conversation going, hoping that you will lead the conversation, or hoping that you will come across what it is that they're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? They really want your number and want you to bang them. But you know what I'm saying? This is the reason as to why I'm saying the higher of the days on NoFap you go, the bolder that they get and the bolder that you get. So, but yeah, man, as you keep on increasing the NoFap days and shit like that, I'm telling you the game. It happened to me multiple times. They're gonna be asking like, oh, what do you do for work? Or they gonna say it's gonna be something in their peripheral, like to try to get a conversation going. So that's how they ask you out. That's how they ask you out when you like on, see, this what, like when you're on day 10 of NoFap, that's when they start watching you. When you're on day 20, that's when they start questioning. When you get past day 30 out this bitch, now they bold. Now when you're on day 80, they gonna tell you blatantly out this bitch, they just wanna fuck. Real talk, but yeah, man, what's some other things, man? Oh yeah, so another way that females are going to approach you is if you got clout off this bitch. I'm telling you what it is. You see, you don't need clout if you on NoFap. Why is that? Because you're supposed to be an alpha by default. So when you're on NoFap, you become an alpha by default, and females are naturally attracted to alpha. Real talk, they are naturally attracted to alpha. That's when all the materialistic, when it comes to like, oh, he needs to have money, or he needs to have clout, or he needs to have a nice car. That's when all of that shit gets thrown out the window, because your soul, your spirit is going to be saying, I got that by default. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be so confident to the point you don't even need that. So that's, NoFap is number one. That's how they approach you. That's number one. Number two is what I'm talking about. So number two is, it's with the, like I said, the clout, the materialistic success, all the things, that females materialistically like, the females see what, let's say you got an Instagram, right? I'm about to have my Instagram page set up to exactly like this. I'm a playboy out this shit. So basically what I plan to do is, and Dan Bilzerian, he speaks, this is a long ass video, but Dan Bilzerian, he speaks about this all the time. Basically, and it's 100% success rate. Look at Dan Bilzerian. So what Dan Bilzerian does is he posts a whole lot of women on his page, and it's a 100% cheat code. I mean, it is. And the reason for it being is because he got beautiful women, beautiful supermodels, half naked in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You think females gonna reject Dan Bilzerian off the strength of that? They ain't gonna reject Dan Bilzerian. No, they ain't gonna do that, because Dan Bilzerian has a whole lot to offer when it comes to dating. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, he got his luxury lifestyle. Now, I made a video about this. The only thing that you need, I'm gonna take this back. You know, I'm gonna keep number three. Number three is materialistic success. I'm gonna tell you what it is. When it comes to dating, this is a long ass video. But when it comes to dating, man, when it comes to dating, the thing that you need the least is the materialistic success. AKA, you don't need a nice car to pull a woman. You don't. Excuse me. You don't need the nice car. You don't need the mansion. You don't need the you don't need the money. You don't need none of those materialistic success. You know, I highly suggest you still get it on some shit though, but get it for you. But you don't need it for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the last thing that they're looking for. The thing that they're really looking for, the thing that you see, that's what materialistic success makes it up. It makes it up, because the thing that they're really looking for, is to see if you could pull women. You see, females always like men that has other women. You know what I'm saying? They always go for men that has other women. Real talk. Look at Dan Bilzerian. So if you're in the process of building your Instagram page up right now, right, you might have 50 followers, 100 followers, 1,000 followers. You don't need to have 1 million followers. You don't need to have 10 million followers. And I made a video about this. You don't need to have all of that. The only thing you need to do is to have multiple women in your photos. When you have multiple women in your photos and they're beautiful and they're hot, best believe it's going to send a signal to another female's brain that you may be trying to, you know, bang. It's going to send a signal to their brain saying, oh, he can find another one like me. That's what they're going to think. They're going to say, oh, he can find another one like me. I'm gonna tell you ways they're going to think. The first example I just said, he could already, wow, the girls in his photos are bad and his videos are, wow. You know what I'm saying? So automatic, you know what I'm saying? So you ask her, you want to hang out? Yeah. Just like that. Here you go. But if you didn't have no females in your photos and in your videos and nothing like that, how long would it take? She will ghost you. And it's not that she ghosting you because, you know, you need women in your photos and nothing like that. It's simply because she don't know who you are. So when you have multiple females in your photos, she know that you could pull women. She know other women like you. She know